Hey, in this video, I want to show you how to get started with Xcode Cloud. It's been a little bit tricky. I've set this up in the past, but on a different account, and it's really giving me trouble today. But this allows you to deploy to TestFlight and all kinds of fun things. So it's really helpful if you can get it to work. Mine keeps like bugging out. So I just downloaded Xcode 26.2. I'm hoping this fixes the problem, but I might have to film this another time because it does not seem to cooperate. Just submitted Apple feedback. It's not working. So let's click Get Started. Okay, let's see if we can get through the process. This allows us to choose workflow things, what it's going to build on, what it's going to test on, branch changes. If you want, let's say you do release branches. This was a hidden feature that I could not figure out how to do. ChatGPT didn't even know about it. If you start typing release, like let's say you do release 1.0 as a naming structure for your releases, this allows you to do branches beginning with release. So I'll just do that just in case. It's going to auto cancel if I push a new build, and then archive. I'm going to do App Store. This allows me to push directly to TestFlight with external testers. Without that, you can't do external testing. And that might be good for internal stuff, but if you're moving fast, you just want to get it out there, I recommend that. There are other options here to notify. There's other actions you can do to test. There are other start conditions like pull requests. So all of these fun things. That is the workflow. We're going to cross our fingers and hope this works. We're going to hit save and then hit next. And hopefully this will connect. I need to grant it access to this repository. Cross our fingers. I messed this up by, I think, not completing this in one go and then having like some weird state, or it just is super buggy and Apple just doesn't test this stuff, which is also probably the case. So we'll click this and it says we're successfully connected. So now I will click continue in Xcode. Got a check mark here, so that's good. I hit next. Now it is complete. So this is exciting. Okay, it's configured in Xcode Cloud. Whoops. Okay, so we're going to do a first build off of main. Have I pushed everything to main? So what do we got here? Let's push this one. Hopefully that one doesn't break things. Who knows? Let's start build. And then we've got a nice link there to App Store Connect, but it just went away. I think we can still get to it. What's switch to do? Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know you could do something like that. Okay, so hopefully it's triggering a build. We're going to see some stuff start appearing here. This takes a little bit as it spins up on a server in the cloud with Apple's Xcode Cloud. And I don't know how much usage you get. Like, I'm still mystified on this. So we just go to Xcode Connect, and then I go to my apps. We should be able to see this. I'll just show you this real quick. I'm not going to like probably dig too deep into this. So let's go to super easy slides. Go to Xcode Cloud. We can see the same type of stuff that we're seeing locally. Looks like I got two builds going, so I'm a little confused at that. Oh, is that because I pushed? So yeah, we probably triggered two different builds. So this is build 2. If I go back, over here's where we can see stuff. So you can see there should have been a build 1, which it was trying to queue up. And then there's build 2. This one should have like trumped the other one, but it looks like it's still archiving, so it's doing everything. We can see the whole build outlet, build logs, all kinds of fun stuff. So this is green. You'll see a little check mark here. You'll know it's good to go. Then we'll start seeing stuff over here once these artifacts are here. And then usage is down here. And team usage. I don't know how much usage you get. 25 hours resets February 2nd. So today is January 2nd. So I've got 25 hours of build usage. And if you don't have a big app, you're not going to use a lot. Do they have the pricing here? Need more compute. So 25 hours is free with the membership. Not necessarily fee, but $100 a year. And then $50 a month to get 100 hours of compute. That's insane. That's so expensive. So that is how much it costs. Hopefully you can stay within the free tier. So you might need to control like when it gets built, like having a release branch could be a good thing. So we come back in here. Oh no, it failed. So let's go back over to Xcode and find out what happened. Bundle version. Do I actually have to increment my build in order to get TestFlight external? This might be one of the things with external builds. It should auto, like, did they trash each other? Confused. Rebuild. Like, it's supposed to auto number, so I'm confused as to what that means. Maybe it's not auto numbering for some reason. But that is how we can get started. All right, I hope that was helpful. I'll probably have a follow-up video once I figure out what went wrong. But I gotta go. So that's how to get started with Xcode Cloud. Once it's there, then you can get your builds on TestFlight. And with TestFlight, then you can publish. So I've got a build here. You can add groups. This website's always confusing, but you add groups to get your external beta testers, which I have here. And somewhere in here, there's a link in this group down here. This link here allows you to share. If you create a public link, you can share it with people and then have people just download and install your app. For some reason, I'm not seeing any analytics on like actually installing the app. So I don't know if that's another glitch in the system. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.